Hi Sagittarius, welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Sagittarius, this is your general reading today on the 9th of April, and for the very near future is what I'm asking for. It's messages from source. I've started to incorporate today's date, not necessarily the number 9, which it is, but the frequency that the number 9 is carrying. And the frequency of number 9 is all about, it is still about endings. 9 speaks about endings, but 9 more and more lately for me has become very unconditional. It is an unconditional number, which speaks about how the totality version, the full version of it, is that if you're managing to do this, you're completely free from feeling any sort of connection or having to have a reaction emotionally to what's going on the outside of you. So whether your bank statement is saying something or another thing, it doesn't bother you. That condition has nothing to do with what you're feeling. What somebody else says or not says to you has nothing, like, it doesn't affect you. Whether you're in a relationship with somebody that you want to be in a relationship with or not, doesn't affect you. It's unconditional. The condition around you is you're non-attached to it. So you're not holding anything or anybody else accountable for how you feel. You know that right now you can choose to think of someone or something that brightens your day. And as I said, that the sun is starting to come in here. Somebody that is just goofy, or somebody that's cracking you up with bad jokes, or it's a YouTube clip, or there's something that puts a smile on your face, and immediately you just start to shift that feeling inside, even though the bank statement hasn't shifted one bit. So how you feel and what the bank statement is saying has nothing to do with each other, right? But the fact that you're feeling good is what's going to attract what you want. But the unconditional energy of all of this is the basis of your reading today. So that's really gorgeous. I'm going to start to shuffle here, Sagittarius, as I explain that today is going to be the special message for you is going to be a shorter message and with no extended reading. That's due to me really late because I'm so confused with time these days. Like, yeah, I don't follow time lately. I find it very confusing. I knew Easter was coming. I just didn't know it was coming. And so I just realized halfway through doing readings that for everybody to get something this week, I just needed to shorten the videos and not do any extended videos for you guys to actually get one message each. So I hope you're feeling okay with it because you're helping somebody else get their message as well. And then it's going to be all back to normal next week. So with that said, I'm also incorporating the way that I shuffle and how it feels. And it feels like it took a while. I wanted to take my time. I wanted to get it right. And once it's right, it's all here. 5 cards just dropped out. So let's see. What are you getting here? Pure gorgeousness. And 1, 2, 3 black borders, which speaks about the universe, how the universe is backing you up. So it's an emphasis on that. And it's also, we have 2 number 77, 2 number 7 on the cards. So it's an emphasis on the number 7. And which just speaks about like how the universe and how the angels really are with you. They're on your side right now. So for the very near future, Sagittarius, there's something really cool going on here for you. Sagittarius, you are a fire sign, but I just feel like there's something. So take a look at this first card, and don't ask, the program reverses the images on the card, and I'm keeping it that way for now. This is a number 1, which speaks about new beginnings. You're starting something over. You're beginning again. Starting over, beginning again. It says awareness on the bottom. Awareness for me is sort of being being aware is like, it's like you're in on it. It's like if you're sitting in meditation and you're going into deep meditation. Maybe you felt this sometime. You're going into deep meditation, and eventually you don't know where you start and your body ends. Like it's like there's something letting go of you. That is awareness. I think that's how I want to explain it. Like it's pure awareness, and I feel like you really are working on that. And I think also maybe not for everybody, but for some of you guys, there is a strong connection to the universe. There is a strong, like you feel like you really understand the focus on like being in the extension of the universe rather than one single entity walking around here have nothing to do with like a higher power or anything. You're completely aware that you are in agreement with the higher power, and it's so focused on that not attachment, with that connection, because it's being circled here. Your crown chakra is so attached, so connected in with the divine, with source, with your higher self, to the degree that I feel like, so here's all like purple and blue, and it's all good. Here's almost like it's catching fire. It's so strong that it's starting to catch fire, which means for me that you're about to have some sort of breakthrough when it comes to, so maybe you're doing a special meditation, maybe you have a special mantra that you're doing, a special ritual. It could be yoga, it could be something else as well, like a practice that you're doing that is allowing you to connect in with your higher self, if that makes sense. And you've been doing it for a while. This sort of awareness doesn't come overnight. It doesn't, I shouldn't say that, because there might be people that reach that position really fast. But for me, this is sort of something you grow into. It's such a maturity thing for me. It's like it takes almost a freaking lifetime to get here. Awareness is like you get to that point where you really understand who you are and you really have started to put two and two together. And there's something about it. You've been wanting to reach some sort of, you've been wanting to have some sort of result come from it, or start to feel something about it, or have this practice, this meditation, this thing that you're doing have a result. And you're starting, it's like igniting, it's catching fire, it's little glimpses there. And the fire sign that you are, I could be talking about that. It is just that it could say that this is you, Sagittarius. You could also be involved with an Aries or a Leo. Somehow, some way here. But other than that, I feel like this path that you're on, it's really going somewhere now. So if you're anyone feeling out there discouraged, you keep doing it and keep doing it, it feels like nothing happens, keep going, because it really is starting to, whatever you want to reach, it really is starting to get there. And then obviously we have the crown chakra. It's like you have two crown chakras in these cards, because it's circled in here with the connection here with the universe. And then we have the actual crown chakra card, which is number 7, which speaks about a completion of something. So God created Earth in 6 days and then he rested. So this is, you're connecting in with the divine. You have done something with the number 7. You've done something. You reached some place. And if we spin off of this card, it's like you're wanting to go someplace. There is a mission with this. There is maybe you want to take it to, you want to first find out that this works, and then you want to take it to a larger group, or you just want to do this for yourself to see things start to happen in your own life. But it feels like eventually there's to bring it out to the world, or is to be able to tell somebody else about it, or is to bring this to your circle of friends or little group of whatever. It could be work related. But it's something that you're working on for yourself, and that you truly are working on your crown chakra, and you're feeling into your source, and you're really succeeding. There's not too more to be done. If you wonder if you should just add yet another thing, Sagittarius, don't, because you rather clutter. You rather diminish the connection, the energy is getting dimmer. Like the energy is losing its power the more things you add, if that makes sense. You just want to keep it clear and flowy, right? I just see this, I just have this metaphor, this analogy where you have a jar and you put water in it, like all the way up to the top. And you start to add, it's like all flowy, it's all fluid and flowy. And you can reflect through it. There's something about the reflection through it. If you move it, it moves with you. It's very malleable, it's very movable. And then you want to add things because you want something to happen with it. And so you start to add, this, maybe you've done this exercise sometimes just to see, you add like one stone, a couple of stones, but then you want bigger stones. But then you heard you should have like gravel, like the little sand thingy. So it becomes very dense in the bottom. And more water just gets pushed out or gets pushed aside. And eventually when you have all this knowledge and you're supposed to do it this way and that way and read this book and add this thing, and then eventually you just have a full jar. It is first and foremost so freaking heavy you can't move it, and there's no fluidity to it. There's no flow whatsoever. If you move, it doesn't move whatsoever. There's no reflection. You can't see anything of yourself in there, and it's just stuff. It becomes stuff and it becomes dense. So instead, we think we need so much from the outside to get that connection. And one thing that my guides told me early on was to not incorporate other things but my own connection. And so there's still to this day, just the other day I had a person say, I so want you to read my book. There's beautiful knowledge in there and I so want you to have it. And it's so kind. But I feel that that knowledge is also available to me. And if I don't feel super excited or inspired or like drawn to it, but there's just somebody putting it, of course, if you're super inspired and you've been asking for it and here comes the book with the answers, go ahead by all means and take it. But I think you know what I mean. When you think you need to add so many different things to find out, in order to get that information, I have to read this book, or in order to get this result in this special meditation technique, I have to buy that program so that I have access to it, and if I don't, I will never have access to it. That is just a lie, because you have full access and probably even clearer access to it if you don't involve all of these other things. I think you know what I mean. So you're working on this, it's going smoothly for you, so don't add another thing. Just keep doing what you're doing, maybe even drop something that you're doing, think that you need to do to get there. It's just all you and this little meditation practice of thing that you're doing. There's nothing more to do but to just sort of be and see now the fruits that it's going to bring about because you're doing it. Okay? And then we have number 2, which is all about conversation, communication, relationships. And we just had the full moon in Libra. Yesterday on the 8th, we just had the full moon, or rather a super moon in Libra. And Libra is all about relationships, but it's also about justice. It's all about balance, coming back into balance. Whatever you send out is going to come back. And that sort of energy goes until the next full moon. So think about it as the full moon. The moon is being in Libra from the 8th of April till the 8th of May. So it's a beautiful, beautiful relationship focus right now, justice focus right now, karmic focus right now, to sort of get back what you put out, if that makes sense. And so with this card added to it, it's really beautiful. It's purple borders. It's all about the spiritual path that you're upon, clearly that you're upon. And it says on the bottom, the waiting game. And I think this is you, Sagittarius, when you get a bit impatient, you want the result now. You want to have it now. Like you want to see, that's why I say don't add another thing. Just keep going, keep doing what you're doing. Because you put down the seeds and it has already blossomed. And now it's just time. It's just time. It just needs to fine tune. Okay? I started saying that when I shuffled. I said, I just feel like I want everything to just be, I just want everything to be organized. I just wanted to have it like I want to have it. And then boom, there it was. And that's what I feel around this. There's nothing more to do now. Okay? And then we have yet another 7. And here is called Triumph on the bottom. It's a black border again. So the universe strongly, strongly is with you. You're really talking with the universe at this stage in your life. And it's almost like you've gotten some news, or you're waiting some news, or this is what you found out. It's almost like you're in the laboratory and you're just finding this thing out, or this. If you've made an experiment or something out of this practice that you're doing, a meditation that you're doing, it's showing some sort of results, and you're bringing it to the people, or you're bringing it to your boss, or you're bringing it to your friends to show them like there was success. I succeeded. I did it. It's a triumph here. It's somewhat a solo journey. There's something that you discovered yourself. You are amongst other people, but it's like there's something you discovered yourself or on your way to discover. And to stand proud in that. This is your doing. Okay? And then we're finishing off with the number 4. And it says firm foundation on the bottom. Number 4 for me is all about the heart chakra, all about the heart center. And 4 is all about foundation. The red border is all about foundation. And on the bottom it says firm foundation. Also this triangle, this symbol here on his back, this gorgeous man's back, is talking about the base chakra, how the base, the foundation of everything is now getting really solid. It's this newfound place, this new, I'd almost say the stronger the connection to the higher realms, the stronger the foundation. Like, because you're unshakable. When you feel that connection to higher source, like I started out saying with this number 9, this unconditional frequency, energy, vibration, when you're doing stuff for yourself, to connect with yourself, to connect in with yourself, there's not much that really can shake you. There's like, you just try, but nothing will get to you. And you're building something brand new. You're standing on your own 2 feet and you did it. I don't think you feel lonely, but it definitely is a solo journey. That's what it's focused on now. And it's just to sort of give you credit. You did this, so take credit for it. There's something about reaching to the top. We're here now. I built this new foundation and you did it. So good on you. Okay, guys, that was your message for this week. I hope it helps and inspires you. And sorry we're not having an extended today, but I hope to see you back in a week for your love reading. So take care, guys. Happy Easter, everybody. Bye.